Hey, it's Brandon Sobotka, and you're watching Noble Nonconformity TV. Welcome and thank you for being here. As always, I appreciate you. And as you already know, I'm here to help you position your ambition and build a boundless brand for the modern marketplace. Today, we're going to get very clear on a question I get all the time. What is a brand? I get this all the time offline, and so I figured, well, why don't I share this online? For those who might need it. In many ways, the strategic clarity you have around brand is directly proportional to sustaining a successful and strong brand for a long time, aka meaning helping you get seen as an expert, helping you get paid higher rates, helping you stand out from the competition, helping you become and expand your reach and become the authority on a higher level, not just locally, but nationally and even globally. So, I mean, think about it. How many times have you heard the likes of Elon Musk and Richard Branson and Gary Vee, and people talk about Apple all the time. People talk about Starbucks all the time. You name it. The people who preach brand as though it's their secret superpower is because brand is their secret superpower. I mean, all the big names, all the big companies, all the best entrepreneurs, if you want to be known, if you want to make a bigger difference, then you have to. You need it. You need this. You need a clear, consistent, and different brand. I mean, once I learned brand, I went from struggling to streamlined. I'll say that. I went from, kind of having a business that was getting by, but, if I had anything big that could potentially happen, we could have been thrown off. Now we had some things happen, but, we made it. But once I had brand right, those things didn't really shake me that much, right? And I got to a point where we had streamlined this business and we're doing so well that I started another company called Emerge Brand Consulting, in which I have a team, a small agency who does work for bigger companies. And then we also built a business with my wife called Lady Leader Lifestyle, which she runs a fitness and nutrition company for female leaders. So my point of that is that when you get that brand that's clear, that's consistent, that's different, it helps you both internally and externally stand out. All right. And now my clients are reaping the same rewards. They're finally getting paid what they're worth. They're being seen. Not only are they being seen, but they're being recognized as different, better, the best, even on a local level. Some of them are getting national attention and even being recognized globally in some cases. So, in other words, what I'm saying is if you get brand right, you win. Now, that being said, there is a but. There's always a but. If you're in a crowded marketplace, like most of us, I'm sure you're aware of this and you're experiencing this. And that's probably why you're here in some cases, because you were like, gosh, am I getting brand right? But building a standout revenue generating brand is very hard, right? It's extremely difficult when you're using when you're presenting yourself publicly using the misleading and superficial definitions about what a brand is that are all over the internet. And if you're doing that, you're probably paying the consequences. Some of the consequences being, number one, you're not being seen. Look, if you're not clear and consistent on what your brand is, it's going to be very hard for you to put yourself out there. And if you are putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself out there kind of in a half effort way. That was my nice way of saying that. And if you are putting yourself out there in that half effort way, well, what happens? the second consequence, and that is you're easily ignored, right? You know, people don't want to buy from a brand when they're confused. They don't want to buy from a brand if they're not 100% believing that it is in line with them, or they believe it's better for them, right? And if that happens, you're easily ignored. What's even worse is that because of that, you're probably not going to be trusted over time. If you consistently put out a brand that's clear and lacks confidence, then you're not going to be trusted, right? And what happens when you're not trusted? Well, it leads to the third consequence. The third level of consequence is that you're not getting paid. You're not landing customers, right? Your sales volume is volatile. You are not getting you're not getting paid at the rates that you want, right? And why is that? Well, people who are less than ideal clients are buying from you. And when people who are less than ideal clients, the reason that they're paying you less is probably because you're accepting that price and because they talked you down. They talked you down because they don't value you like ideal clients would. So, I mean, you get it. But my point of this is it's not just a few people who are having this problem. I hear this from entrepreneurs, experts, executives, and several others that I speak to on a daily basis, right? So if you are having issues with this, you're not going to build enough momentum to achieve the reach, revenue, and recognition that you really want. You're not going to grow the way you really want, all right? So I know you get it. I'll digress. So let's dive in and stop struggling on this. And let's get to a clear definition that you can use confidently to start being recognized, to start standing out, to start getting and landing great clients and building that brand that you truly want, all without the confusion and doubt. All right. So let's take a look at, let's talk about the definition of brand. This is my definition of brand, kind of broken down, very streamlined and focused. And don't worry, I'll dive into it because brand is so vast and dynamic that it will need a little bit of detail. But here it is. A brand is a complete, authentic expression of a person, product, or business designed, very key word there, to create an experience. So let me say that one more time. A brand is the complete, authentic expression of a person, product, or business designed to create an experience. Now let me break that down. As you can see, it's very clean, very clear, but I'm sure you're going to need some explaining. So here's what I mean. A brand is the complete. Complete is the first piece I'd like to break down. Complete meaning that every touch point, every point of contact, every place you interact with the public or your brand is being able to be seen by the public or experienced by the public. Those points of contact matter. The reason that they matter is because they create some type of influence. Now, what we want is we want them to influence people in a good way. However, if we're not clear on what a brand is, or if we're not managing that touch point very well, then it's probably going to be a negative influence, right? Or a bad influence. And this is true both internally and externally. A lot of times we think brand is just an external message or expression, right? But it is internal just as much. It helps us create and streamline systems and processes. It helps us with hiring, recruiting, training, you name it. It's not just an external influence, it's internal as well. So very important. A brand is the complete, meaning every touch point is important. Next is the authentic expression piece. Brand is the complete authentic expression. What does authentic expression mean? Well, authentic expression means that you are communicating what you truly want to communicate. Usually meaning that it's your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your expertise, the benefits, the features, all the things that you want your audience to know about you and your products, services, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why is that important? Well, because it is what's going to help people identify your brand in a unique and positive way, right? And the other importance behind that is, once again, influence, right? That communication piece is going to create influence. And there are four dimensions of influence that we typically think about when thinking about brand, and it's physical, experiential, psychological, and cultural or social. So we want to make sure that we are genuinely communicating the things that we really, truly want people to know, feel, and understand about us. All right. So a brand is the complete, authentic expression of a person, product, business, designed. What does designed mean? Designed means that it's strategically organized. It's planned, aligned, streamlined, and cooperating around a single focused idea. All right. A single focused idea usually answers the question, who are we as an organization? Or who are you if you're a personal brand? Or who are we as this product? And if it's not that, then it is the one thing that clearly comes to mind when the consumer thinks, needs, wants, whatever the outcome is that your brand provides, right? And obviously we have more than one outcome that we can create, but we want to get very specific on the one overarching one for your business brand. If it's a product brand, it's getting very specific to the one problem that it solves. You get it. The clearer the association, the better. So that's very important, is the design piece. So a brand is the complete, authentic expression of a person, product, or business designed, right? Designed, very key word, to create an experience. Create an experience is this. The whole key in the grand scheme of things of brand is to create this experience. And what I mean by experience is it is appealing to the consumer. It is appealing either rationally or emotionally or both. And there are different levels of appeal that we are trying to work on. And this is really kind of aligned with the typical buyer's journey of a brand or a customer. And what I mean by that is that it's at the initial level, it is appealing in a way that is influencing consumer behavior. Influencing consumer behavior meaning that it is helping the consumer naturally self-select if they are in or out, if they like or don't like, if they need or don't need, right? It's almost as the first layer of brand is a hard filter for the audience, and the people who are in are the people who are more closely aligned to our ideal client. And the people who are not are the people who are less likely to be aligned, right? So that is the first level of appeal when I'm talking about creating experience. And the second level is building trust. And what I mean by building trust is you are connecting with the consumer in a different, better, or deeper way than they've experienced previously. And that's why they're choosing you over somebody else, because they see value in that connection. You've built that trust, and therefore they are feeling like, oh man, this is a company I want to buy from, or this is a brand I want to experience, right? So that's level 2 of appeal. Level 3 of appeal is that you're getting them results in some form or fashion. And when they're getting results, that could be learning, that could be some type of mindset shift. That could be just a recognition that, oh, there's a solution for my problem, whatever it may be. But when they are getting results, you're going to start getting results. Results for you, meaning that you're going to get more traffic, you're going to get more leads, you're going to get more conversions, you're going to get more sales, you're going to get more lifetime value, hopefully. Long story short, meaning that you're improving the bottom line and acquiring the awesome, aligned customers that you truly want to deal with. And even before that, you're getting the awesome, aligned audience that then becomes the customers, that then becomes your brand advocates, right? So that's what creating an experience is. So last time, a brand is the complete, authentic expression of a person, product, or business designed to create an experience. All right. So, as clear and as powerful as that definition is, and as clear and as powerful as that is in defining what a brand is, the most important thing that you need to understand is that knowing what a brand is only entrance into the game, right? Once you get clear on, oh, that's what a brand is, then you have to go develop that brand, right? Then you have to go design that brand. Then you have to go start launch that brand. Maybe even test it before you launch it, right? And then you have to start building it and growing it and scaling it. So that is the first step in entrance into the game. What we do is we have a program in which what we like to say is it's brand building simplified. It's called the Noble Nonconformity Code. And the definition of brand is the very, very, very first step in the whole process. So if you're if you're a coach, consultant, speaker, trainer, then the Noble Nonconformity Code is our proven framework that helps you simply scale a brand without sacrificing profits or wasting 3 to 5 years trying to piece it all together and figure it out, right? So if you want to get crystal clear on that 20% that produces the 80% of your revenue, clients, and impact, I recommend go check that out. So lastly is, if you want to know more about anything, or if you want to learn just in general about brand, go check out Brandon Sobotka, join the Noble Nonconformity community, and I'd love to see you on the inside. Love to answer any questions that you have. You can comment below. You can share this video. I would totally appreciate it. But until next time, deuces. This is Noble Nonconformity TV. I'm Brandon Sobotka. I'm out. Come on. Stop fucking recording.